I think generally the public just did not realize what we do during the daytime. Our decision making, our mood is closely related. What we do at night, sleep is a big part of that. And it's not just high quantity of sleep, it's also high quality of sleep. If you don't sleep enough, there are at least 5 different dimensions of harm it can do to us. For example, physical health. There are a lot of research talking about poor sleep related to poor immune system reactions and our cardiovascular health, right? Obesity rate and injuries and many other things. And especially during the COVID, I saw a lot of research around that too. And even for flu shots also, if you don't sleep enough, that flu shots does not work for you as well. That's one dimension. A second dimension is actually cognitive health. I think that's possibly most parents worry about and care about, but they never think about sleep. It's possibly in the picture. So if we don't sleep enough, and there's research among teenagers, among students, to show they actually make more mistakes in their exams. And attention span, attention accuracy, and the learning ability, memory, decision making, all those become worse. Their daytime functioning is related to how well they sleep at night. And then the third dimension is academic health. We talk about all this exam stress in this culture. We notice when children, teenagers don't sleep enough, their school attendance rate is lower or poor, and their grade may risk either falling or getting worse. And you just see the academic performance drop. So it's sometimes it do related to sleep disorders or sleep deprivation or something around the sleep. Social health is the first dimension. So when they don't sleep well, they have like this irritability in their mood. They may more likely to have problems with peers, teachers, parents, more conflicts, more arguments, more impulsive behaviors, right? Hard to control their impulsivity, especially for teenagers when their hormone is so strong and their emotional brain developed more than their intelligent brain. So they're not quite rational. And then the fourth one is emotional health, which we talk about the mental health. When you talk about extreme steps, yes, there are at least 3 big like influential research out there. And I think there are more. Talk about how sleep deprivation is a predictive factor for suicide among teenagers. So that's more scary. For example, 2012 in Korean, there's a large sample among teenager students. More than 8,000 students were studied. They do find chronic sleep restriction, and that normally means sleep deprivation among adolescents may increase their suicidal risk. And then another 2 study around 2015 is from a team in our Stanford Medical School. And they studied this topic and they published quite several papers around that. There are some larger data, some smaller data, basically find similar things, but not just they lose sleep. If teenagers, they go to bed at very different time each night, that actually could predict increase in suicidal symptoms. And they analyze some data, even the risk can increase for death by suicide 10 years later. So there's a lot of data out there around this. I think we really need to pay attention to that, take this more seriously.